Hi there, it's Lo again, aka Jachinoy. For today's video, I'm going to share you 20 tips that you need to know before coming here in Singapore. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. Okay, hi there, it's me again, Lu, aka Jachinoy. Okay, I've been staying here in Singapore for quite some time now. I think 18 years. So I'm a Filipina working and living here in Singapore, and this is the frequently asked questions of my tourist friends or other people who wanted to come to Singapore that is kind of unusual or different from other countries. Okay, first question first, what is the weather like in Singapore? Okay, this one is very easy. Okay, I always tell them all year round here in Singapore it's warm and humid. It's sunny. Okay, it's really like a beach here. The degrees here is like 31 degrees centigrade and above. Okay, it can rain a bit, like 30 minutes or 1 hour, but it will always be sunny afterwards. Okay, it seldom have typhoon here. Actually, we don't have typhoon here because in Singapore it's a small country. Okay, so this is a tiny Singapore. It's a country island itself, and then it's surrounded by a lot of bigger countries. So by the time the typhoon hits Philippines, Vietnam, or whatsoever, these are, for example, if there's a typhoon in the Philippines, we will only get a little splash or like a heavy rain in Singapore. That's it. We never have those typhoon that has a name on it or single 1, 2, 3. We never. Okay, so I highly suggest for all people who comes to Singapore to always bring a foldable umbrella, because if it's hot, you use it, or you wear your shades, your cap, and of course sunblock. And then if it rains, of course you need to bring an umbrella. And I highly suggest, guys, even though you've been here and it's very very warm and humid all year round, I still love it when it's sunny. You know why? Because if it's rainy, it's so hard to go to Universal Studios. It's so hard to go to Singapore Zoo and whatsoever, and it will be so hard to get a cab to commute because if it's traffic, etc. Okay, so that's the answer. All year round is sunny. But if you wanted to know what is the coolest weather in Singapore, it's always December. Okay, just like in the Philippines, the Burr months, like the June to December, it's rainy. Okay, but don't worry, like what I mentioned, if it rains, it will immediately be sunny. Okay, and then yeah, the coolest is in December. Coolest, like I think 25 or 26, 27 and above degrees only. Okay, you can still go out in a t-shirt or a singlet or what, and then just wear probably a cardigan or a shawl inside the shopping mall. Okay, because here all the malls and taxis are well or air conditioned. Okay, so that's the weather in Singapore. The second one is the frequently asked as well, like the tips before you come to Singapore is, should I bring cash? Okay, because everybody knows Singapore is a first world country. How much cash to bring? Because almost everybody has a credit card, right? But sometimes you're going to think, how much cash you need to bring? Okay, for how much cash, I'm just telling you guys, everything here is already automated. Almost everything. Your foreign credit card, you can tap it anywhere already. Okay, it's very very seamless. For the usual vacation here in Singapore is 4 days 3 nights, and if you are a couple, like both of you only, just withdraw like $100 only, Singapore dollars only. That's it, because that cash only, you can you just pay on the hawker or in the food court, because some of them don't have the machine, the credit card machine. That's it. That's how much cash you want to bring. And then for the shopping mall, or in the Philippines what we call pasalubong, these are the gifts that you want to buy when you travel, and then you give it to your friend when you go back to your home country. Almost all shops here, and even the what I call this, the affordable shops here accepts credit card or Nets card. However, you can if your cash is not enough, you can just easily withdraw money. Okay, but yeah, please always bring cash, and for taxis, cash is always king, because I don't want you guys to be charged a bit, because for taxis, when your cab fare is $10, they will add like an admin or credit card charge for that one. And one taxi driver told me that they love cash because they automatically gets it, right? When it is swiped by credit card, it will take 1 or 2 weeks to be shown on their system. So yes, that's how much cash you need to bring. Third one, okay? So the next question is, okay, everybody knows it's so easy to commute here in Singapore. Commute, like take the bus and the MRT transportation. You can also use your credit card here, or what we call here EasyLink card. In Hong Kong, they call it an octopus card, right? So you're asking me, is there a Grab? Is there a Uber here in Singapore? Yes. What they call this, the car services we use is, the number one is Grab, so you have to download that, and CDG means Comfort Delgro. That's the blue cab here in Singapore. You can also download Gojek, yeah, and then Tada, yeah. Those are the apps. And of course, like any other country, if it's a peak hour, of course the rate of the cab will be higher. And if it's non-peak, it will be lower. And normally here also, it's also the same as in other countries. The peak hour is like when people go to school or go to work. Meaning, school here starts 7:30. Work here starts at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. So avoid those time if you don't want to pay like a very expensive cab rate, okay? And then when going home, okay? Normally 5 p.m., 7, 8, 9, 8 p.m. Yes, those cabs will be super expensive, okay? The rate will go higher because of demand. And of course, if it's raining, it's always like that, okay? And then if you're asking me, what if I have a kid or a luggage or a senior citizen like that? Please always choose, for example, if you have kids, please always choose Grab Family 6. Meaning, it's a family car that can sit 6 people. Because these cars, they have a booster seat for your kid. It's already specifically stated there on the Grab app, okay? But if you have a kid and you don't need for a booster seat, you want to be cheaper, the cheapest is still a regular taxi. Here in Singapore, the regular taxi, by law, it's legal. Even though you have a baby or a child 2 years and below, that kid can really sit on your lap, okay? So for maximum people inside the regular taxi, can be 2 adults and 3 kids. Okay, but if it's all adults, it will be 4 maximum adults, okay? And if you come to think of it, it is cheaper and it's efficient, especially if you want to be at point A to point B. But of course, you can always take MRT or bus, okay? And just to let you know, guys, the 4th one is, okay, so easy, right? A lot of people asking, do I still need to buy that EasyLink card? I highly suggest, if you are going to be here in Singapore for more than 1 week, please buy an EasyLink card, which I'm going to show you one, okay? EasyLink card is just like a usual card with different characters and whatsoever. So this is my very old EasyLink card. It really says EasyLink, okay? EasyLink card, and then the logo is this one, okay? So with this one, you can tap in the MRT or in the bus. However, if you are going to be here like few days only, less than 7 days, I highly suggest just use your Visa or MasterCard, as long as it has a tap feature, because that one can also tap in the buses and or in the MRT. That's why I never tell my friends already to buy an EasyLink card. But please note, for a foreign credit card, that will cost the fare cost plus the 50 cents in Singapore dollars cost, okay? But that is already so efficient. You don't need to think about it, because if you buy an EasyLink card, I do believe this one, it is you still need to queue up in the MRT office or MRT booth, which is not all has MRT booth. You have to queue for this, and then you need to even top up. Top up means to add money on the card. And then this one, I do believe it's non-refundable. Okay, this is already your souvenir if in case you still have money. Okay, that's why I highly suggest use your credit card. Okay, the next one. Okay, another one, when the airport, you will notice that, for example, if you take a cab or whatsoever, the uncle driver or in the food court or in the hawker, they will always repeat what they say. What you say. And it sounds like it's rude, but they are straightforward, and that is not rude. They just want to make sure that they heard it right. Like, for example, I'm the tourist, right? I want to buy 2 roasted chicken rice, two chicken rice, please. I said, what? Then the seller said, steam one, roasted one. They always say that, steam one, or roasted one. They will ask you that. Of course, it's obvious. The steam one is steam, the white chicken rice. The roasted is the brown one, the roasted one. Then you will say, yes, 2 roasted one, please. Like that. You said, roasted one, 2 roasted, yes, roasted one. 2 roasted, okay. Like that. No, typically, for Singaporeans, they will always repeat what you said. That's not rude. They're just repeating what is your order to make sure that they got your order correct. Okay, so please take a note of that, and when you order, please be specific. Okay, especially that is the best example, the chicken rice. Okay, and then what else? Okay, a lot of the people know here that Singapore is a very fine city because it's very clean, and we have a lot of fines. Like, for example, it is really uncommon in a country that it is really illegal to chew gum. Even to bring gum, I do believe. Yeah, no bubble gum here or what. Like for me, I haven't had bubble gum for quite some time. It is also illegal to have an Airbnb also here. And spitting, you cannot spit as well. You know, the vape for the smoking cannot as well. And laws are very well enforced. Of course, the usual no jaywalking. You will see the big signage there. And, you know, no littering whatsoever. There's a lot of signages here. So, if ever you get caught, you will not get away with it because you are well informed. That's why people here who are working, especially for domestic helper, they attend a seminar and they really do tell them, okay, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you cannot be pregnant as well while working for domestic helper. Okay, that's why these are the uncommon things that Singapore has, but other countries don't have. So just a heads up on that. I'm pretty sure you can survive on that. Okay, and then another thing, seventh thing that you should know before coming to Singapore is, like, people always say hello. Typically, what I meant is, like, when you are about to hit somebody or what, we always say excuse me, right? Like, for example, in the food court, you have your tray. You are walking and you are about to hit that person. You just say, excuse me, like that. Excuse me, like that. Here in Singapore, a typical Singaporean will never say that. What they say, hello, 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 hello. That's what their excuse me. Okay, so please be attentive on that, especially for our aunties and uncle who cleans the trays, or to take out to clean out the tables in the food court, which is synonymous to hawker centers. They have this like a trolley like those in the airlines. They say hello, 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 hello. Yes. So please note, guys, okay, when that person says hello, like especially repeatedly hello, hello, it means excuse me. Okay, because that is their term. It's called Singlish. Singapore and English combined. Okay, next one. Okay, seventh thing, which tip that I want to tell you is, like, always drink vitamin C, especially here in Singapore. Even before you come here into Singapore, minimum like 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. You know why? Because the common sickness here in Singapore is a fever, cough, colds, and flu. Because like what I mentioned, it can be sunny and rainy all in the same day. It's very hot outside and it's very cold inside, in your office, in the shopping malls, in the tourist spots. So I highly suggest, of course, I'm pretty sure nobody wants to be sick while they're on vacation, right? You drink your vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams. I highly recommend that to everybody. It's just similar to travel insurance. It is not a requirement, but I always tell them, for peace of mind, you buy travel insurance, because if really shit happens to you, if you got sick, lost baggage or whatsoever, at least that will cover you up, because that will incur a lot, you know, big kind of expense. And remember guys, here in Singapore, I don't want to, you know, to spoil your vacation, okay? So please be healthy always, okay? Number 8, aside from the things that I mentioned, wear comfy shoes, a cap and sunblock, a foldable umbrella, alcohol or hand sanitizer, and shades, because it's just super duper warm here. You need to protect yourself from the sun and from the rain, especially the comfy shoes guys, because if you've been to colder climate and what, it's so nice to walk long distance because it's cooler, right? It's like walking in an air-conditioned room, or in spring or what, spring or autumn, okay? Not winter, because it's harder for the snow. But if you go to Singapore, because it's so warm and humid here, because Singapore is nearer to the equator, it's very hot here. Would you believe guys, you only walk like less than 15 to 20 minutes, you are already panting and you are already sweating profusely, right? So make sure your shoes as well is comfy shoes. Don't buy new shoes like on a Monday and then Tuesday you fly to Singapore. No. Please wear the shoes that you wanted, or even though if it's used or brand new, and then you use it. Really, it should be a little worn out, and then you should practice it if it can, you know, tahan the walking, you know, the long distance walking, because you're a tourist, you want to sightsee, right? Tahan means here in Singapore is like if you can endure it, okay? So please make sure comfy shoes. Some even just wear flip-flops. It's totally okay here in Singapore. That's why it's always summer here also in Singapore. A lot of people are wearing very light clothes. Actually, some girls, I see them, they're just wearing sports bra or lacy bra and nobody bothers them, okay? Some even bring extra clothes for their OOTD. OOTD means outfit of the day, okay? Next one, okay? Ninth tip is, of course, like everybody says, and I highly suggest also, always drink and eat in the hawker center always. Hawker means food court here in Singapore. They are very affordable and they're very accessible, and they have a lot of choices. You can have Chinese, Malaysian, Indian, Muslim food, Japanese food, all in one place, okay? And especially the famous ones like the Newton Center, the Lau Pa Sat, like that. You can really see that in all shopping malls and in the neighborhood like that. That's why a typical Singaporean family never even cooks. You know why? Because after they work, they just buy the, what I call this, the food court, the hawker, and then they just eat at home. Or sometimes they even eat at the food court, and then at home, they'll just going to shower and take a rest and then sleep already, okay? And then the term here is like, you want tamaka na or take away. Yeah, uncle or auntie will say that. So, for example, you had 2 roasted chicken rice. Tapawa, take away Okay. Slower version. The uncle or auntie is asking, do you want to tapaw it? Or do you want to, or tapaw means to take away. It's a British form, meaning to take out the food. Or eat here, meaning you want to eat here, so that he knows how to package it. Okay, so always be specific, okay? So the best practice, if you want to buy something, you say, uncle, 2 roasted chicken rice, eat here. Yes, just be specific, strong, and then straight, okay? And especially, okay, and then yeah, that's it. So, and then the next tip, my is for the escalators. A lot of countries have their style. If you are rushing, where are you going to stand? In the left or in the right, right? Okay, if you are not rushing, you are steady pace, okay? You stand on the left side, okay? Left side of the escalator. But if you are rushing, you go to the right side, okay? That is the etiquette here in Singapore for escalators, okay? And then 11th tip, before you come here, for all food court and hawker, it is a law right now, okay, that after you buy your food, you eat, you clean your own tray and your own food, okay, your own bowl and whatsoever, because you're going to get fined. Really, you're going to get fined. So please make sure to clean up. You eat your food, you carry your plate, and then you put it on the designated areas, okay? The 12th one is that you should know that food court, it will really says there if it's a halal or non-halal. What do you mean? Okay, for a lot of people who are not familiar on Muslim food, okay, Muslim food, for Muslim, they can only eat halal food. Halal food means these are the utensils, the frying pan and what, that doesn't touch any pork or lard, okay? Because when they cook, and even before they kill the chicken or what, they even pray for that, and then there's a special prayer for that, and they cook it, they kill it and they cook it, okay? So all the utensils, it doesn't touch any pork or lard. So the used utensils that you have, for example, you clean your own tray, right? You check your food, is it halal or non-halal? Okay, I will show you the halal logo here. If it's halal, go to the designated area that has, you know, halal, and then you put the plate there. If it's non-halal, then you put it in that area, okay? So please make sure, because sometimes in one food court, it has halal and non-halal. So please make sure you are putting it at the correct place, because my mom recently made a mistake on that, and then the uncle or auntie cannot even say it in English what he wanted to say. That's why I need to tell my mom nicely, and then my mom didn't get it immediately. That's why I need to tell her as well nicely and, you know, efficiently, okay? So yes, be very careful at that, okay? And what else? Okay, the next tip is that you need to bring your own bag. BYOB. It's already a law here in Singapore because we want to be efficient, like so whatsoever. I think since June that in the supermarkets and everywhere, they will ask you to pay 5 or 10 cents for a bag. So please make sure you have those reusable bag, which I have. Like for this one, I bought it from Daiso. So it's a roll-on reusable bag like this, right? Then it even have a carabiner, so it's nylon only and can easily, you know, put inside my bag, because they will charge you on the plastic. If you're okay to be charged, why not? But I'm telling you guys, especially if you're making a bit of grocery trips, like some food, some potato chips, some soft drinks or whatsoever, they will charge you on the bag, okay? So please, BYOB, okay? Next one, okay. Another tip is like the Singapore water here, fresh from the faucet. It is really potable, meaning you can drink it fresh, okay, and nothing will happen to you. It's really clean here, and a lot of hotels as well even says that you can get it directly from the faucet. Some even have a special faucet, and then they will just give you a flask, an empty flask, so you can top up. Top up is to add the water there. Very few hotels only here have give you a complimentary bottled water already, okay? So if you are really in a budget, you can, you know, you can really like bring your own water bottle and top up from the faucet, okay? It's really portable. Okay, by the way, highly suggest you bring a a thermal water bottle, like the insulated one, so you can put ice on it, and if it's cold, it will stay cold, you know, for a long time, okay? And it will not sweat, it will not condense. Next tip is that if there is a queue, okay, because in American English they call it you line up. Here, because in Singapore we use British English, they will say, oh, if there is a queue, like for example in a food court, in a hawker, if there is a queue, it means that food is very, very good. That's why people really queue, even for lunch or dinner or what. People can queue like 1 hour really for a food. It means it's very good, or something is free there, okay? So if you see this kind of things, there's a commotion, it means it's super worth it, okay? Okay, for shopping, of course, it's so good to shop also here in Singapore, but like me as a Filipino, we have a baggage counter in the Philippines. Please note, in Singapore, we don't have any baggage counter. So if you shop already a lot of stuff, you only have 2 hands. I'm sorry, this is the only 2 hands that you can only use, okay? That's why bring your hubby, your friend, or whatsoever, because you're going to bring it everywhere, especially if you shop at the IMM outlet mall. You're going to buy a lot of stuff there, and there is no place that you can just park your shopping bags, okay? You will bring your shopping bags everywhere. We don't have a baggage counter here, so please make sure, and we don't have any security guards in the shopping mall or what. The only security guards that you will see here is near in the banks, okay? Or if that security guard is getting all the money or refilling money at the ATM machine. That is the only time you see security guards, okay? And next one, like what I mentioned a while ago, be specific, okay? For hotels here in Singapore, please be specific. Not only you know the exact name of the hotel, you should know also the exact complete address of the hotel. You know why? Because there is a lot of Hotel 81s here in Singapore. There's a lot of Ibis hotel here in Singapore. So you need to be sure, okay? Because my mom had an argument with the taxi driver. He said, Hotel 81 in Chinatown. You know what, guys? There's a lot of Hotel 81 in Chinatown area. So you should know the address, okay? And same as well at Ibis Hotel. So please make sure. My nanny also screwed up on this one when she went to MOM office. There's also 2 MOM office here in Singapore. Please be specific, okay, guys? Even though you think that there is only 1 Sofitel hotel in Singapore, we have 2 Sofitel hotels also here in Singapore. Please be specific always, okay? When you order stuff, and for the uncles and aunties, especially for old people, their patience level is very tiny. That's why please be specific, okay? Sometimes taxi driver will sort of scold you. This is what we term them when they scold us, but because their patience level is already tiny, the customer service is not so good as well. So please make sure, be specific, okay? And what else? Next tip is, like when you go to a hawker center or food court, not like in the Philippines or other areas, in other countries, the food here and the drinks is really separate, okay? So you need to queue up to a seafood shop, and then to a chicken rice shop, and then you have to queue up into another drink section, okay? The hawker center here is very big, but the outlet inside is very small. Sometimes you will wonder, how many chicken rice can this person sell? My gosh, guys, would you believe they can sell a lot, and then sometimes they can even close the shop early because they already sold out. If you can just imagine one shop only selling roasted and steamed chicken rice, then if it's $3 or $3.50 per plate, how many plates you can sell that? And then sometimes people, they close like as early as 2 or 4 p.m. because they are all sold out of it. And then some drink shops, they only sell like barley, grass jelly. And if you are here, you're going to think like this shop only sells 4 kinds of drinks. But you know what? Their income is really good as well. So a lot of people here, they what they call this, they have a niche on the food and beverage, and then that is the only thing that they sell on this small food court of theirs, and then they can make a lot of money. So you need to queue up, okay, separately for the food and beverage if you are in the hawker center or in the food court, okay? And next one, related, okay? Especially me, I'm not into spicy food. I can eat a little bit of spiciness, okay? This one, be careful, guys. If you don't eat spicy food, okay, please check first, then see first if the food is great from other customer, because some food are, you know, it's already automatically, they will dump the chili on top of the food. You're going to get a shock of your life because you might not, you know, manage to eat the food, okay? Especially for Indonesian foods, there's sambal chili. They put it on top of the ayam penyet immediately. You're going to get shocked. That's why I always says separate the chili. Like for example, one ayam penyet, eat here, separate the chili. Sometimes when I talk even to an uncle or auntie, I even do actions. So I make sure that, you know, my instructions is correct. And if you are here, yeah, ayam penyet is really good. Ayam penyet is smashed fried chicken on those Indonesian shops. Is really, really good. Okay, so you just say separate the chili because the Indonesian chili as well is really chili for us Filipinos, okay? And if you are sensitive on chiliness, okay? And always use short words here, because if it's an uncle or auntie, you don't say very long words like hold the chili or less spicy, like that. Would you believe some uncles and aunties, when they hear this, they can only hear, you want spicy? Oh my gosh, no, less spicy, less. Me, I always say, so that you will avoid miscommunication, you just said, less spicy, like that. Sometimes it's best as well to make an action, or separate the spicy, or separate the chili, like that. So at least you will not have any miscommunication, especially when it comes to food. So I think that's about it. This is my roundup of what are the things to know before coming here in Singapore. Like from me, from not a local person. I'm almost a local person here in Singapore. But these are the things that I noticed before you come here in Singapore. At least you know already. This is my heads up to you, okay? So if you are familiar in this, or if you have any questions relating to Singapore life and whatsoever, you can comment down below, and then I can reply back. And then if you have experienced this kind of things, the things to know before coming to Singapore, tell me about your story, okay? So that we can laugh about it and we can learn from it, okay? So I think that's about it. Let me know if you have any other questions, and please do like and subscribe, and click the bell button beside the subscribe button so you'll be notified whenever I upload new stuff from your gadgets. I see you next time on my next video. Enjoy when you come to Singapore. Bye bye.